So, my fellow travelers, my fellow Earth friends, what's up? How you been? You know, anything in life worth doing is going to take effort. Jim Rohn, the great motivational speaker and Herbalife millionaire, once said, anything good in this world will be attacked. It's not our place to understand why. It's not our place to fix the people who would attack the good. We really just have to stay the course. And the best way to be the example is to have that steady flow of loving acceptance for yourself, for other people. People are weirdos. There's no doubt about it. People are weirdos. And I myself am a weirdo in some regards. And the thing is, people grow. And so there's this delicate balance between being wary of crazy people and not mixing your energy with them, and also realizing that people are in development and we are influencing them and they're changing. And so as they change, it's important to reinforce and honor the beauty and the healthy attitudes that they're developing. There's no right answer for life. Everybody is unique. And still, there's so many similarities we share. Of course, there's the basic needs and the basic appetites we have. Where do we go? We nurture love. That's really the answer. We nurture love. It's only through our relationships that our life has any meaning. We can dominate others and have some sort of vampiric prowess, some feeling of superiority. But really, unless other people are acknowledging our superiority, acknowledging our greatness, it doesn't feel that valuable. And when we seek external verification, we're essentially putting our own authority outside of ourselves. External verification. I need somebody else to tell me I'm good enough. I need somebody else to tell me I'm worthy enough. Not really. But for many, many, many people, that's how it is. I mean, after all, we're a social people. People are social creatures. We need other people, both for our societal functioning, but also just our verification, our feeling of relevance. It's only when I help another person that I feel like I am worthy inside. It's only when I give service to people that I feel good enough inside. If somebody else sees me doing it and gives me praises, okay, that can feel good too. But even that won't quench that deep hunger, that deep thirst for wanting to be good enough. Some people live their lives, like there's one person, Dr. Greger, who runs nutritionfacts.org. This man, if you could quantify how many years, think about this. If 10,000 people live one extra year because of his effort, he's adding 10,000 years of human longevity. But I suspect his efforts are going to yield way more than 10,000 years of life extra. Who can say that? Of course, having a long life, having a healthy life is only one aspect of life. But that's a real benefit this man is having. He's really benefiting society. And that's not even to mention, but I will mention it, if you extend life through healthy living, not only do you have that much extra time, but that much reduced healthcare costs, that much reduced stress on family and friends. Like if a person gets cancer and dies, yeah, they lose 10 years, they lose 20 years, but also there's the tragedy echoing through their people. You know, if a father gets, his life is cut short because of cancer, his whole family suffers. And so, like Dr. Greger on nutritionfacts.org, which if you aren't familiar with that, go to that YouTube channel and just watch some videos. He's got the most wonderful sense of humor. There are some longer videos that I would say are worth watching, but generally, it's all in these bite-sized little pieces. You can just watch a video in a few minutes. It's entertaining. It's easily accessible. The knowledge is easily applicable. Talk about making health easy. I don't know if Dr. Greger will ever be made a saint in the Catholic sense, but future generations, I predict future generations will look back and put his picture on the wall as one who did a service to humankind. Anyway, what about you? What about your legacy? It's not easy to know what the right thing to do is when you're looking at your own life from your own life perspective. But if you step back and start thinking about the impact you could have on the future, your legacy, what would your legacy be? If your legacy could be anything, and they could still remember you in 100 years, lovingly, what would they say about you? These are not some abstract questions. These help focus the life in a black and white way that no amount of pondering, no amount of calculation could ever do. If you step back and look at your life from another person's eyes, from the future, asking how you impacted the world in a beneficial way to warrant you being honored for 100 years, 1,000 years. We might not have another break in information, you know? I mean, there's that whole, the flood thing, a few thousand years ago, essentially our history was wiped clean. How much knowledge there really is in the world from before that time, I don't know. But generally speaking, it's accepted that we have a drop-off of knowledge about, several thousand years ago. We don't have any information before that. All the civilizations and cultures from before the flood, we don't have that information. We might not have that kind of break in the information again. 20,000 years from now, people might know who the Beatles are. Isn't that astounding to think about? 20,000 years of knowledge, people, information, creation, creativity. They might still know who the Beatles are. They might not know who George Washington is, but they'll probably know who Mozart is. Music. It's a great legacy to leave, but, me, myself, I pursued music quite sincerely for a good while, but the truth is I really wasn't pursuing music. I was pursuing a thirst for fame, a hunger for recognition, wanting to be that person with making those sounds, channeling everybody's feelings through melody. I wanted to be that star, that nexus of awesome perception and conveyance. And it was only after I let go of that my music making began to take on a much more enjoyment for me, much more satisfaction. And frankly, the music's a lot better. I've started playing music again more seriously. I'm looking to put a couple musical projects together, and maybe that'll be my legacy. I don't know. I want to write a book. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. But my daily habits, if those are suffering because of my bigger ambitions, then there's a problem. It really starts in the moment. It starts with being a loving, caring person. I like to think that these mega powers, these bankers, the corporations like Nestle and Bayer. I like to think that they at some point are going to make the world a much better place through their engineering of society. But when you figure that that same level of power in the world, the financiers of the world, have historically financed and funded genocide, it really erodes my perception of their righteousness. How can someone who funds and formulates genocide be trusted with the public good? It may be the case that they are worthy of that position, but from a very, very simple standpoint, good people are more trustworthy. Good people act right in their day-to-day decisions. And their small decisions and their big decisions, there's a continuity of character. Develop that character within yourself. Think about your legacy. Think about what you really want the world to look like. Don't worry about what you don't want it to look like. Think about what you do want it to look like. And just like pinging a cymbal, ding, 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 you'll draw out that overtone, and everyone around you will be changed. They might not remember your name in 100 years, but society will have the echoes of your righteousness still. It'll still be alive. It will still be echoing. God bless you.